Check. What is going on, everybody? A Monty here with another episode of Hey, Chill is Just a Podcast. And today, I am so excited about this episode today. I'm just being 100% honest with you. Am I still here? I can't hear myself at all. Oh, just turn the headphones down a little bit for me? I just want to make sure I can hear everything, that's all. All right, anyway. But yeah, this episode, I can't hear nothing, though. Check. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we good. Anyway, this episode I am super excited about, man, because we have a Grammy-nominated engineer-producer. I'm just going to say full-around producer. G. White. G. White, what's up, first of all?
Man, what's up, brother, man? You know, glad to be here, bro. Appreciate the invite and everything.
Man, G. White I look at him as a mentor, man. He has taught me a lot about what I know, and I implement things that he has taught me every single day into every mix that I do. And he actually helped me build the template that I've tampered with it since then, but that I pretty much use the all-around template. He has showed me the way. I'm gonna say he's one of the guys who have showed me the way. And to have you on my show, bro, honored, because y'all don't understand who this is right next to me.
Round of applause.
Hey, it's an honor to be here, bro. I appreciate it,
man.
And everything. You feel me?
And this guy is probably one of the most genuine dudes I've ever met in my life. You know what I'm saying? He is the easiest person to talk to and just build with, and just I take so much from this guy. I'm being honest, as far as, you know, how he presents himself and holds himself, as far as, you know, business and with the music and shit. I just, you know, he inspires me a lot. I'm being honest with y'all. So I'm very happy to have you on the show, bro. Real shit.
Nah, man, I appreciate the invite again,
Yeah.
brother. You know, man, you know I'm gonna come through one time for you, man.
Of course.
Every time, man. As many times you done came through for me.
Always.
I'm gonna show love back.
Always,
bro.
bro.
That's what it's all about.
The
man.
boy was excited. He was excited.
I was, bro.
I walked through the door, and I think when I knocked on the door, he was just like, "It's him!" Like, he was all excited. And I was
Nah,
like,
it wasn't even like that, bro.
expression
I opened
changed
the
when he
door, but
seen
I
me.
was just like,
Yeah, that's what it was.
I was so hurt. And he was like,
No,
"Oh,
like,
what's
his
up,
whole
G?"
thing
well, I
was
mean,
like,
that's just
yeah.
kind of how I feel every time I see you. You know what I'm saying? I'm always just like, oh, it's Eric.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was like, "Damn, that shit hurts." I was like, "Was I supposed to be somebody else?" That shit hurt.
Nah. But yeah, man. So I just kind of want to get into your story. Like, first of all, like, what got you into engineering, producing, and what did you start with first?
Well, bro, man, I mean, for me, man, I always been like a music guy, whatever, like that. You feel me? So, whether that's just listening to music, like, I used to walk the track with my mother, like, every day. Like, you know, we listen to, like, jazz music, like Maxwell, Kim, things of that nature, whatever, like that, smooth jazz, R&B,
Yeah.
whatever, like that. So, I mean, I was always brought up on good music, but for real, what, like, really transcended it was me playing trumpet in 7th grade at Huntington Middle School. So, I went on with band, and I started playing the trombone for, like, almost going on like 14 plus years straight. Went all the way from high school to college, got scholarships off of it and everything. That was about to be like my main route. But yeah, bro, when I was in band class one day in high school, somebody put Fruity Loops, a crack version of Fruity Loops, on my laptop, one of my cheap little Toshiba laptops. Man, it was a wrap since then, bro, for real. So I went to my first year at Norfolk State, and after my first semester, I had a good guy, shout out to Tim Zachary. You know, he really put me on and inspired me. He was my academic advisor, but he really told me, he said, man, look, man, technology is the new wave and things like that. And it seemed like you have a great interest in the technology. If you can merge the two, I say do that, man. So, I mean, from that point, got my first LLC. I ain't really looked back since, bro.
And you don't really hear about that, like playing the trumpet and really loving it.
Yeah.
It's only, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't, people usually take, you know, towards the drums and the piano
I feel like
and
those
the
are the
guitar.
The
best
trumpet's a dope
musicians.
instrument.
Exactly.
The trumpet and the
The
saxophone
horns
as well.
alone.
Like saxophone, fire, bro.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people listen to it and everything like that, but they don't even know how to identify it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The horns make a song.
But, yeah, man, horns can accent a lot of things, you know what I'm saying?
Well, because I know for me personally, like French horns and saxophones can kind of get confusing for me a little bit sometimes. It really depends. Really depends.
Then when you look at them, they definitely completely different instruments. But I can definitely tell based off of like sound.
Yeah.
Sometimes like sonically they can sound a little different. So
Yeah. So like, how long have you been doing this? Like, give us like a number here.
I mean, well, that was 2010, so let's just go off of that. 2010, that's the official, like, I've been doing it, like, for money.
That was it right there. 2010 was the money-making year.
That was, like, the money-making starter year.
Hell yeah.
I mean, traveling out my mother's house and everything. Shout out Geraldine. So, yeah, man, you know, I used to get it out the dorm rooms. I was one of them. You know what I'm saying? I had a mobile setup. She bought me my first mobile setup. So I used to get it out the dorm room, and then when I used to be on college on breaks, I'd take it back to my mother's house, And you know, when she going and working at 9 to 5, I'll just be trapping at the house with it all day, like literally all
Norfolk
day.
State gotta take that dorm and be like, this is secluded. You can't use this dorm unless you musically in tune. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got the credentials.
So like, did you take what you were making from doing your trapping and shit? You were taking that and putting it into the music?
To be honest with you, man, I mean, I was really taking it from everything, man. I was taking it from life experiences. I was taking it from what I was listening to in band. Because I used to always want to be like an arranger.
Well, I meant from like the money portion.
You talking about like the money portion?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
He said, yeah. Well, if you want to talk like that, then.
You want to talk straight like that. I mean, honestly, man, you know, I used to do it for cheap like everybody else, bro. You know how I used to start, man. Everybody start out by,
you know where I was
man,
at,
you
bro.
know, per song, you know, we going to charge this or whatever like that, you know, especially if it's like the homies I first started recording and stuff like that. A lot of times they'll come in for free. Or, you know, if they bring a friend or whatever like that, all right, man, yeah, throw me $25, $30, throw me something that I can get something to eat for the day or whatever like that, and we good to go. I mean, after a while, once the bill starts stacking up, you know, you got to, you know, the dollars got to start making sense.
You got to know your
I mean,
worth.
not only that, it's not just the bills, but it's the skills, too. Like, the skills matter, too. Like, because I feel like
absolutely, I agree.
Some people, they start overcharging when their skills are just not there. Like, because I always get artists who come in and are like, man, I went to an experience or to a studio. That shit was crazy. They had all this equipment, but the engineer didn't know what the hell he was doing. So I think the skills have a big impact on that as well.
Skills definitely do have a very big impact on it. But what I'll tell you is this, though, man, at the same time, I feel like if you got a great business mindset, why not charge that?
That's
at the same time. So I can't
tough
hurt
on
people.
that, bro.
It's definitely tough on it. It's tough to market and sell it. So I feel like at the same time, you know what I'm saying, you have to be very reasonable with the skill level where you at. But then how can you really compare yourself skill level if you only comparing like you and me? And that's it. We the only two people that I know. Or I might know Rick Rogers, and that's about the only 2-3 people that I really know and I tap in with. Now, if I network and I get around more people, more sharks, or more iron-shaped people, you know, iron going to start shopping iron. And, you know, you're going to naturally start getting better and things like that. So you're going to naturally start seeing the game and peeping what you can really do with it. But I feel like at the same time, man, charge, bro. Why not, man? Charge, dog. You know?
I feel because here's my thing, right? Here's my thing with
What's up?
Is like, if you aren't skilled enough, because I feel like people now kind of can tell. I know when you go to a studio and you haven't experienced what good quality is, you don't know, but you also can tell when you compare your music to like professional sounding music. So I feel like even if you aren't experienced with going to different studios with people who are experienced, if you don't have, you know, experience in good studios, I'll say, like, you're not going to know as much of the difference, but you can kind of tell. And my thought process on it is if you're not that good at it and you're not putting out the quality product that people really want, you're not going to continue to keep those clients for long. Like, you'll probably have them until they find someone better. But me personally, I'd rather keep everybody who comes to me. I don't want them to go nowhere else.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You
like
know
when
what I
he was
mean?
saying, you know, you from the start, you start kind of like throwing me a little something.
So, like,
but that's how you know whether or not you really are worth something.
But
once you actually start charging them more.
But I also feel like your credentials have a big part in that as well. Like,
yes and no.
Yes, I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna tell you my yes and no's, right? So yes, because I feel like if you have the credentials of you've worked with such and such, you have these credentials of you've been in this position, you've paid your dues, you've done this, you've done this, you've done this. It's a little bit easier for you to upcharge and still do less work and still be able to, you know, maintain, opposed to if you don't have those same credentials and you're charging people $100 an hour and your shit sounds like garbage coming out, even when you mix and master.
See, but that's like name dropping, you know.
I
work with this person, so I gotta be some good, you know.
I respect that though.
But I feel like you're gonna know you're good. Like, I know I'm good, but I don't have that credential. Like, I haven't worked with, like, the biggest person I worked with was like Big Will, bro.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm put it like this. When I was doing this little music thing and I was pursuing it hard, bro, I went through producer, engineer, over and over again. And finally I had a homeboy that I was working with was like, yeah, man, go to this person. You know, A Rook. I was like, all right, cool, went there. Wasn't what I expected, but he had a name, right? Mm-hmm. He had a name, big name. So then I was like, man, I don't know why he got a big name, man. This ain't like what it is, you know what I'm saying? And my homeboy was like, all right, well, I got another homeboy, but he kind of secluded. And that's how me and Monty met. He was like, man, Got my boy
But that's
Monty.
the thing. That's why you should never go off of names. You should really do your own.
Now, here was my thing on that. Now, just because you have a big name doesn't mean that you shouldn't be able to, or you shouldn't be, like, that doesn't give you the right to just bullshit everybody's session just because you have a big name. If you have a big name, you got to live up to that shit.
Yeah.
Like, people respect me because my quality sounds good coming out.
Yeah.
Now, regardless if people pay for the mix or have time to mix at all, I'm still giving them some type of, not going to say fully mastered, but mastered version when they leave.
And then on top of that,
just by turning on my ozone shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's not fully mastered, but it's got.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying.
I completely agree with you. Now, I don't mean to cut you off, bro.
No,
I look at it like this, though. Think about the question of how we even got into it. You said you feel like that, or not even the question, but the statement. You were saying that, you know, sometimes you feel like that, you know, the accolades can make people do less work for more money. Your mentality already messed up right there.
Right.
Yeah, man, like, you're going to pay this high premium number, but I'm going to work so hard.
Well, that's what I'm
for
saying.
that hour. And some people got the mentality that was like, bro, I just want to click this button. What's the easiest way I can get the most money?
Right.
And it's like, your mentality, you in there went for the wrong thing.
Right. Because,
You know what I'm saying?
but I've seen, like, I've been in I've been to studios where I watched the session. I'm going to just use my Atlanta situation. When I went to Atlanta, we went to a studio with a guy who's apparently recorded for all these different people, right? But when I was, like, making a suggestion, first of all, they were on my beat, so I'm going to have say in the song. I don't care.
Most definitely. You're the creative. You're the creative at the end of the day.
So
we're going to do what I want.
I made a suggestion of something to do in the beat to, like, make that specific part sound dope. You know, it was like a simple, like, reverse the beat right there and then do, like, a verify, hit it back up, whatever. And he didn't know how to do none of that. Like, when I asked him, he was just completely lost and then just skipped past it and kept going. I was literally just sitting there like, bro, it takes 2 buttons to do what I just asked you to do. You've worked with who? And you don't know how to do what?
But then
so that to me was just like, all right. And you charging us $75 an hour?
But then again, it go by, like, the producer / engineer. Like, when you working with these different type of artists, and I've noticed it, and I'm gonna say with you personally, I've noticed it. Like, you be in the studio with, you know, clients, stuff like that, and you be like, yo, this ain't it. This is what we gonna do.
Facts.
You know, how you feel about this? Like, I respect more people that are vocal than the people who are just like, hey man, it's $200 an hour. We gonna get the shit done. And when you're done, you be like, yo, how you feel? That shit was fire, man. Whole time you bullshit. You know that shit was trash. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'd rather go to an engineer and producer to be like, hey, this is what we gonna do to fix it. In the meantime, when I'm fixing it, your next song, you need to do this, that, and the third. So when you come back, fire, you know, the song come out fire.
Yeah.
And I noticed that with you, and I'll be like, yo,
well,
more people stick with you because you're honest.
Yeah, but some people take that advice and they use it, and some people, they're just like, all right, whatever. So that leads to my next question for you is, like, does your relationship with artists differ on how you work on their music?
Absolutely. I feel like you got to be able, number one, first of all, as an engineer, we're the people, I like to call ourselves the butter. Think about when you're making a meal. You know, you might have all these different ingredients. You might have the green onions and everything like that. You might have the cilantro. You might have your tomatoes and all this and that. You the protein meat or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real fatty foodie, so, you know, you gotta excuse me.
Yo,
he just got me
but
hungry.
You know what I'm talking about?
Like,
I'm a little hungry right now, so that's
No.
how I'm speaking, like, just using this analogy. But you gotta think about it. Like, if I'm the butter, I'm the thing that's gonna glue everything together. I'm the thing that's gonna make everything combine and, like, really mesh and, you know what I'm saying, just really, like, melt in your mouth. Pause. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
See,
when you
he
take
was
a
good
bite and
with
shit
it.
like that.
You suck at it.
So
you horrible.
So I look at it where it's like, man, yeah, you definitely got to be able to read the rooms. You got to know what you're in the room for and you know who you dealing with. Some people don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? So when I was in LA and I was doing a bunch of sessions and things like that, even when I'm here and I do certain sessions with some people already got a vision and they already know exactly what they want. So it's like, yo, I'm just here as a facilitator to make you sound great.
Right.
And in some other senses, okay, boom, it's more of a collaboration type thing. You know, I have an idea, but I still don't even know where I really want to go yet.
Yeah.
And I'm open to it. So it's like, you kind of got to just read people. Everybody's different. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I don't feel like it's none is good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be this or you have to be that. It's just, you know, we like therapists too, bro.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got to.
You were just
deal
saying
with
that
different
last
people,
week.
bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you got to know how to deal with everybody.
The
If
studio
you
is
really want to be if you want to have a successful studio environment, I would say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You recording a bunch of
patience.
People.
Patience is a virtue.
Patience is the virtue for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
patience I think is the main key with engineering. Just engineering section of it, patience recording section of it is patience because, like you said, you got to work with artists differently. Every artist is different. I have some, like I was saying last week, I have some artists who come, they don't release nothing. They just come because they like to, hear their own shit, and it's therapeutic to them. And when some of the guys come in, they come in and we talk for an hour of their session, and they pay for that time.
I came. I came through the
you
other
know
day, and I was
what I'm
like,
saying?
yo,
Some
you in the stew? Like, I just want to go.
Some of the guys, they don't care about putting out the music and shit. They just come to the studio for therapy. So you just have to know how to kind of be a therapist in a way. You know what I mean? Like
But you know, I don't mean to cut you off too.
No, go ahead.
But I want you to think about it like this too. I try to tell every, I wouldn't say a local artist, but I try to tell every artist that I come across that's still looking for that break or success or whatever like that. They feel like they ain't have it yet. Like, you gotta understand who you're competing with in this industry.
Yeah.
Like, when I went to LA, that was my first time really experiencing that. You know, I'm having a 10, 12-hour block session, and we might only come out with 1.5 songs in 10 to 12 hours.
I know what that's like.
And it's just like, dog, you know what I'm saying? Most people would like dream to be in some of them big studio, $1 million+ studios, and be like, bro, man, I'm about to make 3 mixtapes in 12 hours. I'm about to be good. I'm ready to go. I'm TTG. I'm trained to go. You know what I'm saying?
So you do think it's funding?
You said what now?
You think it's like funding? Like
I
you say when it comes
funding, I think funding, yes, but here's the thing though. You know, that whole first 6 hours you might be in the studio, it might be conversations, it might be energy that's just building into the overall vibe of what's going into the record. So then when the magic actually happens and God slips in the room, it just makes something magical. And you be like, dog, how y'all make that?
I only say that.
And it's just be like, bro, you got people coming in with the mentality like come in with a 2-hour session, like I want to record 3 records.
But I only say
meditated.
that.
It's
Yeah.
two different vibes.
I've had people come in and record just like 10 songs in 2 hours just because they knew they would just lay down their verse, or like they'd have a verse and a hook or whatever. They would lay it down mad quick, but they wouldn't even think about it. They wouldn't even want to hear it back. Nothing. They'll just lay it down, move on. Lay it down, move on. Lay it down, move on. They wouldn't put no thought into it, no nothing. Just lay it down, move on. And to me, I mean, it's cool, but it's like you're not really putting any thought process into your music right now. Like, you're just kind of...
I just say, like, I've seen so many talented people that are really good in all genres or different genres, you know, so to speak, but they just necessarily don't have the funding for these producer engineers, you know what I'm saying? Like, they work with one big name, like you were talking about earlier.
Well,
you work with this one big name, and you're just like, yep, the price is going up. Like, yo, you went from $50 an hour to, like, $350. And you know my situation, you know what I'm saying?
Well, here's my thing, is that I have some guys that I've worked with for so long, and I work with them so much that there's just certain prices that I've kept them at, and I'm not going to change it. Because I've worked with them for so long, and they come so much that even at the end of the day, what they spend is still equivalent to being more than what other people spend because they come that much.
It's like a loyalty rewards program.
It's like a
That
grandfather
too, that
clause.
No, really.
Verizon
y'all
type shit.
y'all always come in. So
Go ahead, talk to me.
Like, I'm not mad at that perspective at all. And I used to have that perspective, like, a lot of times. And then when I, like, started going up in different levels and vibes, and I was like, I had a OG person told me, I forgot the person who told me, but bro said, look, if you ain't going to do it for free, charge. No in-betweens. It makes the business that much more cleaner. If you're not going to do it completely for free, charge.
Well, yeah,
No
I mean,
price.
I still
So
charge
it's just like-
everybody.
but see, that's what I'm saying. You know how you talking about, like, the different tiers of it? Like, somebody might come through the door, they don't know nothing.
Oh.
Okay, they're going to get this number. Then compared to, like, okay, somebody like your homie, this and that, da, da, da. All right, we're going to charge him, like, the love price, the homie price, and this and that, da, da, da.
Right,
I ain't
right,
saying
right.
that the homie price still don't go here and there, but I've learned over time, like, you know, better business comes when it's either going to be free or it's going to be the price. So it's like, bro, if you ain't got the price... I'm
Well,
sorry.
I'm
And I
saying
love you,
well,
and I can
here's
be
my
able to
thing.
work with you in some other ways. Maybe we can create something where it's like, okay, so
Well-
for example, somebody want to come to me for mixing and master, right?
Okay.
Let's just say that. And, you know, my front door price, depending on who you're talking to and what area, you know, of the country I'm at and everything like that, it might be like $1,000 a mix. So you spending $1,000 a mix, I know your budget ain't that. And he's like, bro, but look, I still want you to touch my tracks and everything like that. All right, cool. Well, look, pay for a 12-hour block. Get all your sessions lined up and organized. Now let's just go ahead and do some things. I touch it up within the 12-hour block. I touch as many songs as I can. Now, you're not about to go out of here and say these songs is mixed and mastered by G-Way, because they're not. They just touched up and they got a little bit of love.
Yeah, I
they got a little
understand
bit of
that.
love on them, you know what I'm saying? we put some little, you know what I'm saying? We put a little seasoning up there.
A
You know
little
what I'm
emphasis,
saying?
a little.
You know what I'm saying? We put a little, you know, we put a little care in it, but it ain't got the full love. You know, like somebody like put their foot into the meal, and you ain't gonna get all that, bro.
Yeah.
You get a little salt and pepper.
Yeah, see,
I mean, you might get a little bit more of that. You might get a little Lawry's, you know what I'm saying? You might get a little Lawry's.
yeah, because for me, it's different. It's different with everybody because there's some, like I said, I mean, even the artists who I've worked with for a long time, and they get a little bit different, but they still a lot of the times they're equivalent. Their sessions still equivalent out to what the actual price would be anyway for what they've done for the time that they've used. Because like a lot of the time, and like I said, this is a very select few artists who I worked differently with, because like I said, I mean, I've worked with them for a long time and we've just kind of had this thing, and how they work is productive enough for me to say, okay, this still works because it's still equivalating and I'm not losing. So it, for me, like I said, I mean, it works out for me, but everybody's different when it comes to that aspect, and that's okay. You know, I feel like, you came from somewhere, right? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, for sure.
Cause
Probably like
everybody,
$25 a song. Like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So everybody kind of has their different routes of how they do things. You know what I mean? I feel like at this point in your career, you're able to get. Anybody's able to get what they're worth. I just want to put this out before I say this. Anybody is able to get what they worth, what they think they're worth. If you go out and get that.
For sure.
Right? But I feel like I said, it takes experience to be able to build up to what you're really worth. If that makes sense.
No, I agree with you on that 100%.
You know what I mean? I feel like at this point in your career, you have that experience, you have the time, you have the dues, you have the paid dues, you have the credentials. You got everything you need to be able to say, look, I'm about to charge you $1,000 for a mix, because I sure as hell don't charge no $1,000.
But see, that's the thing, though. Like, I feel like I do, but then sometimes I feel like I don't, and it reflects in the manner of like how I'm still knowledge hungry.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Because some people, this is so easy to get complacent in a certain space and be like, yo, I'm very comfortable here. I'm good with just pressing record and using this same template for the next 5-10 years, and I'll alter it by 1 or 2 plugins here and there, and that'll be that.
That's
and
what
so
I'm
you
at,
got some
bro.
people that's
See,
very comfortable in that manner. But see, that's why that's what even made me move to LA, because I was like, bro, I mean, I feel like I'm stumping myself by staying here. Not to cap myself or nothing like that, or cap anybody, but you know, I feel like, and you know, not trying to be cocky or anything like that, but I started feeling like every room I was walking into, studio wise, I was like almost the smartest person in the room. And I feel like, man, you're the smartest person in the room. Maybe those are rooms that you are not supposed to be in no more.
Now, you said, you went to L.A. a couple times and you moved to L.A. to get, the experience and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was out there for like 2.5, 3 years.
So with you being in Virginia, and I bring this up so much because sometimes I don't necessarily get offended because I've lived everywhere on the East Coast state-wise. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I try to take that as a mixing pot. But by you going to L.A., do you think it has the reputation that everybody like, yo, you go to LA, you gonna be hot. You go to LA, you gonna get the best of the best. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Not necessarily, no. I mean, because you gotta think about it. You got everybody that's like-minded going out to the same place trying to pursue the same thing. Everybody got a dream.
Yeah.
When you go out there, literally your neighbor has a dream. Your Uber driver has a dream. The person that's serving you at Starbucks has a dream. Like, everybody has a dream, and it's dope, and it's good to be in dope environments like that. But at the same time, too, you can get stunted like that, and too, you can be in the loop, and you can't get yourself out of it. So, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it ain't the end all be all. Because at one point, I had a mentality like, dang, LA is gonna be like my end all be all. But like, I started running into like real life problems, like borderline really being homeless. I'm sleeping on studio floors. I'm like, taking bird baths until I can get to my people's crib or whatever like that. Maybe like once or twice every other week. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I went through some things being out LA. But once it started shifting when I started saying consistent and persistent. But I started thinking like, you know what, man? Let me go out VA real quick for a quick little second. Let me save up, get my little ticket money, whatever like that, my little Spirit flight. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Spirit because they did well for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't fly now.
Never use American Airlines.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I know you got stories about it.
I
got stories too. Man, I ain't gonna lie.
Hurt.
I got some points, my boy. I'm gonna use my points, okay? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the economy vibes, okay? But I flew back out to VA, man, and I ran a bag up just like in one weekend, and I was like, ooh, maybe I'm on to something. So I went back to LA, did my thing. Then I started getting a different perspective. Like, instead of me working with all high-end bass clients, let me just start over here. I started over there in LA, and I started building up a clientele like I had in Virginia out LA. And then it just started becoming to the sense like sometimes I would walk into certain studios and and the people that like really grew me and really walked me into the industry with all the credits and things like that made like connections and things like that happen. It came to the point where it's like, they all set. So, they telling me to pull up every single day and we doing work, but it's an internship. Not a paid internship. It's a free internship.
Damn.
You know know what I'm saying? So I'm out there. It's my
Struggling.
own funds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with them. When they show up to the studio, it's their own funds. They paying for the studio. It's whatever. Nobody's getting paid until the record's getting put out or whatever like that.
Yeah.
And then labels and things like that getting involved, whatever. So, man, look, it's a struggle, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I came to the mentality of like, you know, I'm gonna just start popping around everywhere. I'm gonna start going to Texas. I'm gonna start going to Atlanta. I'm gonna start going to New York.
To get that
and I'm gonna just
reputation,
pop up
right?
in
Well,
that
this-
same mentality that I had
To
in
get that
Virginia and
reputation.
LA. I'm gonna just pop up and do that on everywhere.
Well, this leads me to my question, to my next question is like, how do you get? Because this is something I would like to do as well. Is start to travel around to different places and work in different places. Because I'm just tired of Virginia. I just want to go somewhere else. You know
Change
what I
the
mean?
scenery sometimes.
Yeah. And like, of course, my base clientele is here, and I can always come back here and make money. How do you get in like contact with these different studios to be able to work in, and like, how do you build these connections and network with these studios? Like, do you just
Look,
go on Google and find a studio?
why not?
Right.
Why not? Why not start there? Think about everybody that go to YouTube and they want to learn how to do a TikTok dance.
Right.
Facts.
YouTube
Why
is my
can't you
best
Google
friend.
it?
Yeah,
They
YouTube
teach me a
University
lot of-
is $3.99.
YouTube,
Tell me
Google.
about it.
And then think about this, bro. A lot of people don't even do this no more because, you know, we're not in the CD era no more. But, like, you know, every place, if you look up, like, the credits, like the deep credits of people albums and everything like that, they're going to have the studio's names of where they recorded at. So why can't you just look up those famous joints? You know what I'm saying? Even if you look up the joints on YouTube or whatever, look them up, give them a call, say you're an independent artist or you're an independent person that got a lot of things going, and I want to see what the rate is for a room. Okay, get the rate for a room, go cop the room. You might go run and bump into some people in the lobby. And there you go. Start from there. Even past that, you know what I'm saying? Just meet up with some local people, meet up with some people that's on Instagram. You know, shoot your shot in the DMs and things like that. Just say, I want to work with you here and there. You're getting any recommended studios in the area? All right, cool. Boom. I got this studio. Okay, boom. Well, when I Googled and I looked at these, I think this one right here better. Let's just book this one together. And then we just do everything there.
Word.
Link up with the person.
So
and
in other words, you just got to put yourself in those rooms.
you have to put yourself in the rooms. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because
You
there's
just
the
gotta put
studios who
yourself in
just
those
rent out the
rooms.
rooms. You got to bring the engineer. You got to bring everything. You got to, you know, like, what do those rooms go for, bro?
Bro, it just
And
depends
how does
on-
it work? Like, is
It
it-
just really depends on who you tapped in with, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all,
So-
see, you talking
See,
about
when I
I
say
can
put
go-
yourself in those rooms, I'm saying more so of like you got to be around.
Yeah, most definitely. You definitely got to be around. I wouldn't say
Networking.
that.
Yeah.
But I think even at the same time, like, to get into the room, sometimes you got to pay.
Of course,
You know
of
what I'm saying?
course.
So that's why
you
I'm
gotta
like,
pay to
you know
play.
what?
Money
But
make
it
money.
don't do you no good to just
Yeah.
get yourself in the room.
Yeah, I mean,
you
but
know?
if you're paying
No,
for the
no,
room and then
most
you're making money
definitely,
off the
yeah.
session, of course, it's gonna be worth it.
But then, you know, sometimes some people have like hotel studios and things like that, or like, you know, you got leads and you see people like, man, that's a familiar picture and background. Oh, he at this studio.
Yeah,
You know what? He been there almost every day
yeah,
on his live. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Let me actually, you know, and it's go back to trolling in the age that we in right now. Matter of fact, man, let me go ahead and call they E room. You know what I'm saying? If they got an E room, you know, there's got to be one of the cheapest rooms. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Facts,
Let
facts.
me go to
facts.
their E room, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me get the rate
And
for
so,
that.
do
and
these
let me go
rooms
in there.
do these rooms come supplied with the computer and everything, or you got to bring like a
You come
laptop? or-
supply with everything that you need in order to make
Yeah.
successful records.
Yeah,
So I mean, it just, and like I said, bro, price wise, man, it just depends on who you tapping in with, man. Like, I done been in rooms that's like the smallest, and like we making magic out of it. Like I might
Yeah.
get a 12-hour block for.
well, the room doesn't really matter.
160.
It's the
You know
engineer
what I'm saying?
behind it. and the artist.
Without engineering, but then I might go to like Dr. Dre's studio, record plant, and that A room is like, I think it's like the last time when it was quoted to me, I think it was like 35.
3,500.
For how much? For how
A
much?
10-hour block,
Jesus.
35. Shit.
3,500.
Shit.
But I mean, they got like basketball court in the booth, piano,
Shit.
everything.
I'm not trying to
A
play
bunch of
basketball.
unnecessary-
I'm not trying to
Work,
record.
goddamn.
Right?
I just need a microphone
I
and
mean, but
somebody to run it.
but it's
No,
like
most
when you,
definitely,
bro.
when
At
you
that point,
create
you
a
paying for the
comfort
luxury.
vibe for people, it's like it's
You pay for the luxury, but then I'll tell you like this, bro. Let me tell you the story. So, you know, I get to LA and everything, right? First 3 weeks we be in out there, you know, I ain't got no connections, no nothing. I'm just starting from scratch. I got one of the homies that went to school that's out there. She got a music supervisor position underneath a company that's with Sony Red ATV. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm just tapping in with her and everything like that. Within 3 weeks, see on Instagram, Mike and Keys, Nipsey Hussle's producers, they got an internship position open. So, you know, I caught it maybe like on the 23rd hour before it went away and disappeared. Man, I hit them up, man, sent the resume in or whatever like that, man. They hit me back, say, yo, bro, you want to come in tomorrow for an interview? 9 a.m.? Man, absolutely. pulled up there, Uber there, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't driving. I Ubered my whole time when I was out there. That's a whole nother. Whew.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that's
Crazy,
expensive.
man, look. Whew. I made
Was
a
it
lot of
worth
money
it?
in LA. Absolutely.
exactly.
And you
Absolutely.
spitting.
Exactly.
I spent a lot of money too.
That's
but
dead.
But
get
again,
out
it
there,
was
yo.
worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. So like, I get there, we do the interview and everything like that. Meet Mike and Keys and everything like that. First day, I'm actually getting there to do work. You know, I work with Guap there at 4,000. He real big West Coast
I heard the name. Yeah,
artist
yeah.
or whatever like that. He got a lot of great things going on and things like that. You know, been viral a couple different times since like Vine all the way to all these new social media platforms that's been coming out. Did something with him. That joint went good. That was like my test run. 2 days later, they was like, hey, look, bro, we got Dre studio for 2 days straight. So you want to just run it? Absolutely, dog. What
ran
am
the
I
whole
here to
session.
do? Yeah, and I ran the whole session today. That's the first time me meeting Nip, meeting people from the crew.
Damn.
But look, here's the thing, though. Being that I was in the A room, down the hallway, Ty Dolla $ign, Jeremiah, Hitmaker, they making their album together. And then as I'm walking out the first night, Frank Ocean walking in, he working on the Blonde. And it's just like legendary vibes. It's legendary vibes. But it's like, without me getting in the room, being tapped in or paying my way through, you wouldn't be walking through these people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be really around these people like this, in this manner.
Facts.
So,
I'm gonna ask you this: do you think, and this for all the VA artists out here, and you got a lot of credential, you got a lot of experience and stuff like that.
Credential.
Yeah,
we
do
know
you,
you, man.
like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I meant. Everybody knew what I
We
meant.
be fucking
Do
with 'em.
you believe? Do you believe Virginia still has the talent? Do we still have that
We
repertoire
got
to
the
go
talent.
hard?
We don't got the
Yes.
business mindset.
Talent was
Exactly.
never the issue. Talent was never the issue. Two things: the business and hard work. But I feel like it's a diaspora of both of those two. A lot of people just do what they see. So it's monkey see, monkey do out here. So you thinking somebody really working hard, but this is not even the level of what people even really work hard on. And then two, the business side, you just really doing what your homeboy doing. So, you know, your homeboy, he going in the studio, he going on IG Live as soon as the song is being made, going crazy. You know, oh, they like it, man. Let me send this to this DJ. They're going to play it on Sunday night, or they're going to play it here and this and there. Then I'm going to look up with this one promoter here and there, and I'm going to go perform it here. And then that's that. I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to make a video with it, and that's that. Nah, bro, it's way more to the business than just that. That's just the beginning starter.
Facts.
You still got to do all the major pushing, the marketing, and things like that behind it. I mean, you got to think about like Fetty Wap. Was it Trap Queen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
pushed that jank for
Like 3
2
years.
Yeah,
like
2-3
3
years.
years.
Hold on, what?
Yeah.
You pushed that
Yeah.
for 3 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, it was like 2-3 years when you pushed that joint, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, dog. Took him a brick to get there, man.
Yeah.
But he ain't stopped. He saw the vision. And he paid the vision, and he put everything he needed to put behind that one joint, and it broke him, and it made, it made his brand that much bigger.
I only say that because, like, I know for a fact when I always tell people, like, you know, my Atlanta story, like going down there, meeting these producers and these names, and you like you said, you seeing these people walk in the building, and it's a new experience for me because I'm just like, yo, I'm not used to this.
Right.
And the first thing they say was like you said, I gotta push it, gotta keep pushing. I'm the type of person, and this is me, that person like, yo, if I push it for like 6 months, I'm done. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm through. Like, I got, like, don't get me wrong, the songs that I have pushed up have done more numbers than I've seen people that done been doing this shit for years. So it made me feel good, like, man, I can do this. But after a while, it get to the point, I was like, yo, I'm tired of hearing this song. I want to work on something new. And the manager that I was working with, and I'm still working with, shout out to Stephanie and Limelight, like, she'll tell you, like, he tired of it. I want to work on something new. And she'll be like, nah, you got to keep going. You got to keep pushing the same
Well,
song.
here's the
Yeah.
thing.
And I'm just like, damn, this shit sucks.
It-
But can't you
just
still?
because-
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go.
Oh, but can't you still like? You can't push something else yet, but you can always be
That's exactly
building
what I was
the
gonna-
catalog.
I was about
Yeah,
to say that
yeah.
exactly.
Building the
That's
catalog.
exactly what I was about
and
to say.
you've told me this
Still building
before.
catalog.
You told me
Yeah,
this
just
before, but I
because you're
get
making new music doesn't mean you have to put that music out.
Exactly.
Just keep pushing the same song over and over and keep making your new music. That's fine.
I don't know. I think I
But
get so
that's-
excited because I'm
see,
just like, yo, I
that's
got
what
new
it is.
shit.
That's what it is. I think the most, the biggest thing that really kills me with these artists, especially the guys that I deal with a lot, they have such great music that they've already done, but they are so excited to keep making new music that old music that's dope just gets pushed on the shelf.
Yeah.
It's released, but it never gets promoted. It just gets put on a fucking project at song number fucking 7, like in the middle of the like it just gets pushed on the shelf. And I be telling these guys, like, yo, you have so much dope music you don't push, but you're so pressed to make new music.
Yeah.
And you get excited when you make new music. And that's great. Keep doing that. But push the shit that you got that's dope. Like, and that's the thing. It's like, artists just don't want to push. They'll push for 2 weeks, maybe, at the max. And then move on to the next.
I get
it because that's me too when I push my music, bro. I'll push for a little bit and then I move on to the next. But I'm also not trying to be a superstar artist. I'm not trying to do none of that. I'm trying to be the guy in the room with the people making the great music, helping making the great.
I think about Beyonce.
I know I make great music. Personally, I think I make really good music. I think I make really dope music. Personally, I think so.
No, you do.
But like, I don't want to be a superstar. I would love to be on a big stage once or twice, maybe a couple times in my life. But I ain't trying to live off.
You're trying to go on tour.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do all that shit, bro. I like to be in the crib. I like to be at the studio. I like to be indoors. I like to help other people make their music. But here's my thing about, and this is also leading me to my next question. I am just kind of tired of making pointless music. Music that's not going to matter. Music that's not going to go nowhere, that people aren't doing anything with. Now, I'm not going to say that's all my artists, because I do have some artists who do, actually do their shit with their music. You know what I'm saying? So I do give credit to those guys. But I just want to start making music that matters. Being in the room with people who are going to be pushing this music heavily and actually, doing shit with this music. I don't care about the payment part. I care about doing something that's actually going to matter. Do you feel like, have you ever been at a point in your life where you were just like, man, I'm tired, like feeling the way that I feel right now? Like that you were just like, man, I'm just kind of tired of doing the shit that doesn't really matter. It's not going to do nothing. I want to do something and did that have any type of correlation with you moving and getting
Absolutely. That was definitely part of the reason why I left, man, because I feel like, yeah, man, it's dope to have a Rolodex of a consistent 50 to 75 clients that come to you within a month, and that's always, you got people traveling from Philly, Northern Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, wherever, Tennessee, and they're coming to see you. And this is all before me moving to, out west and everything like that. I think all that was dope, but like you said, man, people who didn't really have a plan for their music, they didn't really have a vision or outlook on where things was going, it definitely upsetted me to a degree. But then, like I told you too, man, that's why I just started up the company Music Tech. Shout out to Theory, my business partner and whatever like that, because it's a diaspora in the area of the information. So again, like I said, monkey see, monkey do. Everybody will only do what they know and what they see. So you got to have some real people that got the good experience that can really come back and give that education. You know what I'm saying? Because you only gonna do what you know. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I'm saying? So all about, if I know that I can buy these bottles of water from Sam's Club and I can sell these on the street on a very hot day and there's a concert going on, I can sell these for $3, $5 or whatever like that. Oh, the joint went out.
Yeah, hold up. We got some other batteries. Hold up. Just doing a quick pull. Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like, bro, at the end of the day, like, man, like, you got people who can take that same bottle of water from Sam's Club or whatever like that. They can sell it for like $3, $5 in a concert or something like that on the street. They're gonna get their money or whatever like that. But at the same time, that same bottle of water, if you take it and you maneuver it in the right direction, like I was in the bar out LA, I was in an outdoor bar at a music conference. Little bottle of Fiji water, little tiny joint. They was trying to sell that to me at the bar for $20.
$20,
and people was paying for it.
Exactly.
So it's like it's not even the demand, but then not even just that. It's like the location of where you at. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Virginia is cool. It was dope to have this be like my first stomping grounds and everything like that. But it's like at the end of the day, if I want to grow and be part of with the big fish, and I see my value at this level, you got to move to where the value is gonna treat you like that.
I feel like I agree with everything you saying, and I don't know, like, I guess it's because I've been living here for so long. Like again, I said, I've lived in Atlanta, I've lived in Charlotte, North Carolina, I've lived where these big head wigs are coming from. You know what I'm saying? But now living in Virginia as a Virginian artist, like sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I get offended because I'm just like, yo, we got hit makers here, bro. We got the superstars here. We got the people that can make things shake. So, like, for this city of Hampton, for this state of Virginia, I want this shit hot again. Like, I want motherfuckers to look at this state and be like, yo, we can really do it here. We just gotta do it here. You know what I'm saying? You can, because what's the difference?
Yeah, I agree.
Because, like, what's the difference if If Dr. Dre was like, yeah, I'm about to open up a studio in Virginia. Now Virginia hot. Oh, let's say who big in Atlanta? The Migos like, yeah, we're gonna transfer QC to Virginia. Then what? Atlanta still gonna be hot? Atlanta still gonna be top dog?
We got a question, and I think that's a really good question that they want from you. Like he's saying, explain to artists the proper way to push a record.
Proper way to push a record. So, first of all, one shoe doesn't fit everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's not a one-size-fits-all type of situation. So, every record, everything that it markets towards requires different types of levels of marketing from my understanding and from what I've seen just being, being within the game for as long as, or as for short of a period that I have been in. So, I mean, for me, if I was an artist and I had to push a record, first thing I'm doing, of course, you can drop it and things like that. But before I even drop it, I'm going to take that record and I'm going to let people listen to it. And let me get people opinions first. So I'll put money into just having people listen to it. So even if that's a DJ and I got to pull up on the DJ at the club to make an introduction, buy a drink or whatever, this and that, and for me to initially have like a sit down with them and like, yo, let me play some music. And I only want to play him like 3 records. And the first one is like my main pushing single. I'm going to get his opinion. And I want to make sure I got his back. But when I do drop it, boom, like I know he's going to push it. Or at least I know I can pump money through him or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? No payola vibes, of course. But, I can, at least count on him to push the record.
Right. Past
that, you can also look at different avenues. Like sync. Sync licensing is something very big and dope. A lot of people don't know too much about.
Yes, I've been talking about
in a sense,
that.
For people out here who don't know what sync licensing is like you putting sound to videos. So whether that's a YouTube channel, whether that's on Netflix, whether that's on major big production movies, short films, or whatever like that, a movie that's on Tubi, reality TV, whatever it may be, whatever format it may be, songs can definitely get great promotions based off of that also too. That's one of the great promotion aspects. I think that's probably how one of her records really got
what is
like,
it?
a lot of fame.
Truth Hurts. That's how Truth Hurts got popular. Was through a show.
That. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Was through a show.
That big song she had.
Yep.
Oh, that one. I know what you're talking about.
And the probably got on one real dope episode.
I don't know the words.
It's stuck in people's heads, and people won't do nothing but like, you know what, yo, let me Shazam this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What song, Siri?
Hey, Siri.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And there you go. You know what I'm saying?
As an artist, that's a very important thing that makes sure that when you are distributing your music that you have that selected, that Shazam, the little iPhone Shazam thing, so that when people say, hey, Siri, what song is this? And their Shazam or their iPhone Siri pulls up, your shit's going to come up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's major, man.
That is super important.
I'm definitely
take that
one of
little
those.
extra step.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those that really, like, all I got to do is hear a clip, and I'll, like, inbox a random person. Hey, what's that song you're using? Because I really rock with that one.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm still trying to find this Finesse 2 Time song. I heard just like you said, like 15 seconds. I was like, damn, I can't find it. I was looking on my way here, and I'm just like, he said this, and YouTube just like, well, we got this. I'm like, nah, that's not it. I need something else.
That shit only works with popular songs.
That shit hurt, bro.
You can type in the lyrics and then the song will come. That only works with popular songs. Unless they have a lyric video up.
Yeah. Or if you got your business all the way together, then boom, you got your lyrics and everything up. You got a Genius account. You know, say for every record that you drop and everything like that, you putting all the singles up there, and you putting.
Do that?
Why can't you?
Bro, I didn't. This is news to me.
Google. See? Why not? Just Google it.
Damn. No,
I'm sure some information. I'm sure some information out there.
You know what?
I believe you 100%.
All this time I be like, I just don't know where to start, and this guy is really just dropping straight gems,
dropping jewels. If y'all not paying attention,
all I want to do is listen
right
to him talk.
Yo, trying to think what else we can do, bro? Like, I mean, what else can an artist do, man? Look, I'm a firm believer in paying for consultations.
Okay,
so
you know what? The crazy thing about it, I'm a believer on it. I dropped money on consultation, and like it was an eye opener because everybody thinks they the best, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody thinks they tough shit. They song is the best out of the best,
right?
And I paid for one. Again through Limelight management and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And the first thing she was saying, she was like, "I get your record, but you had a producer. Damn boy."
Yeah, you saw that.
Damn, boy. Shout out to Monster Energy. But she was like, yeah, you had an engineer produce and engineer that song. So, of course, it's going to sound great depending on who you're working with. I want you to acapella it. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm, doing my thing in the bathroom, trying to get them, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And she was like, And it hurt me at first. She was like, yeah, you sound nasally. And at first I was like, motherfucker, I paid you money for you to bash me. But then I didn't realize that's part of a consultation. For people to give you that information, like, yo, you
That
not
honest
as hot
feedback,
as you think you are. You still need work.
If you're not getting criticism, I feel like you're not getting your money's worth.
That's I think with especially the younger generation, I'm gonna say, that's the biggest issue that I see is that there's a lot of yes men in the group. Whether something's hot or not, they're just like, yeah, this is fire, this is dope. Because I've been in many situations where there's just a trash song being laid down, and their buddies were just, yeah, this shit is dope, bro. It's fire, it's good, cuz it's good, all this. I think, having a professional opinion, somebody who's not afraid to be like, yeah, this is garbage, is super important for an artist. Like, not having everybody tell you your shit is great, and having people tell you your shit is trash, straight garbage, and being honest with you is super important. Some people can't handle it, but for the people who can't handle it, learn how to, because that is very important for your career.
But see, that's the thing, bro, because, like, you know, a lot of people in this area, like, I want you to think about it. Like, before I moved, majority of the people that I was working with, I can comfortably say anywhere between 80 to 95% of the clientele that I was recording, they didn't have any plans for the music after. They didn't have any overall vision, and they was doing more for a therapeutic type of perspective, meaning like I want to do it because the homies say I need to go in here and I need to do this one, or boom, I play this and this and that. Like, you know, it makes me feel good to be able to do that and display it, which I think is dope because music should be therapeutic and fun. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you do have to realize that you have music and then you have the music business. It's two completely different things, and it's very cutthroat. You really got to have tough skin. Well, so if you're going to be very sensitive about your stuff, which is dope, I think as creators you should be sensitive about your stuff, but understand that creativity, be sensitive about the business.
It's evil.
It's cutthroat, bro.
It's evil.
Shit, there's no feelings when it comes to business, bro. I'm going to tell you that shit. Like, you know me, bro. Eric, you know me, bro. When it comes to business, there's no feelings involved. I can give a fuck less. Like, you will see me turn into a whole different person when there's business involved. Now, when it comes to just us being creative and all that, of course, like, I'm going to be, you know, I'm going to help the best I can. When it comes to singers especially, you know what I mean?
Bro, I done had sessions with him, and I'd be like, how you feel about it? He was like, I mean,
you're trash.
I mean, it's all right. Like, you need to get on with it. Move on with it.
Eric's nice with it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, work on it a little bit. You good. I'm like, you sure? He be like, bro, just go on with it. Like, if it was trash, I'll let you know. And I'll be like,
that's what it
be.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If it's trash, I'm not gonna be like it's trash. But I'm gonna be like, hey, we got to do this. We got to work on this. You know what I mean? But like I said, I mean, some people they don't want to hear it. So if you ask me to help you, I'm gonna help you. But if you don't ask, I'm just gonna wait until you ask me. Now
I used to do that for sure. But then the teacher, when I started teaching at Huntington Middle School, 7th grade math or whatever like that, I had to learn that a lot of people sometimes are scared to ask for help.
Well, now this is
so sometimes like usually I'm saying, let me take initiative and be like, hey, you mind if I say something? Can I be honest with you, 100% with you?
Yeah.
Hey, look, do you feel like that was the best take that you had in life? What we here for?
Yeah. See, now here's my thing.
You can do it better. Why are we gonna sit here and settle with
and
that?
it make you feel better
now,
when people talk to you like that.
I learned how to scope that out. So when I start scoping out when I can tell that they're afraid to be like, you know, that, or they'll think that they're wasting my time if they ask me to redo something, or they don't want to waste my time at all, or whatever the case is. And I start to peep that out quickly in sessions. Like, I'll notice something isn't good. And then when I ask them, you know, you want to move on from this, you want to go to the next part, you want to do this again, they'll hesitate and they'll be like, all right, yeah, we'll go to the next.
Because they know.
Because they don't want, they're afraid to be like, they're afraid to be like, but that's when I'll be like, are you 100% sure, or do you feel like you could do this better? Like, because I feel like there's a part in this that I feel like you could do better. And they'll be, oh, yeah, let's do it again.
At the end of the day,
when
artists
I start peeping that, then that's when I'll start putting my input in, like, you know, like, that's when I'll really start being like, nah, let's do this again. But there are artists where I've been like, yo, I feel like we should do this again. They're like, nah, I'm keeping that. So if they're like that, then I'm, all right, cool.
You pay for it, all right,
yeah,
cool.
That's what I'm like, all right, cool.
You know
all right, let's move on. I never feel bad if I do something and the artist is like, nah.
Yeah,
or if I try, you know.
Because I think at the end of the day, you know, their vision is, whoever the main creative vision is in the room, you know, you got to understand that their vision is the most important, not my personal vision. So that's why I love my experience at LA, because sometimes, like, you have like 6 to 10 people in the room, and we working for one artist. Like, I mean, different songwriters, guitar players, instrumentalists, producer, me being an engineer, whatever, and we all working towards one goal, just making magic for this one person. And you got to put your ego aside. You got to learn how to just be able to dish that ego aside and just be like, all right, well, whatever's for the sake of the creativity, that's what we're here for. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, and that's...
So, boom, if I like playing it like this, but you don't like me playing it like this, and you want me to play it more dumbed down, sure. Play it more dumbed down.
Yeah, facts. Yeah,
if it relates more to you, cool.
That's the most important thing to me, is to know who the main creative in the room is. If it's your song, no matter what I say, it's your decision.
At the end of the
you know
day,
what I mean?
doing
It
the
is
service.
your song. Yeah, it is your song. And at the end of the day, like I'm gonna say earlier, I had a session or yesterday where a dude was putting in his input, but the dude who was recording didn't care. It was just like, no, I'm gonna do it this way.
It's Burger King. You
so,
have it your way.
So it's everybody's different. So big shout out to Devontae. Devontae wants it. He is a fired artist. Like his music is fire, bro. His music is fire.
I'm gonna check it out after this.
Yeah, his question was, when should an artist ask for an entertainment lawyer? When should an artist get an entertainment lawyer?
Well, you got some major money coming in, or you got like some big business stuff coming in for referral or dispute. Yeah. I feel like if I'm going to a lawyer, first of all, you got to think about it. Just me even sometimes calling a lawyer, that's money.
Consultation.
So
consultation fees
goes
is a
towards
bitch.
a consultation fee in there that within that same. So
what's up, Rudy?
If it's not worth money, I'm not even about to sit there and even waste somebody's time and give them a call or whatever like that on that. But I mean, situations that you're gonna need for that. Okay, if I'm a producer, okay, somebody just used my beat and they just put it out as a major label artist that got a nice good backing. All right, let me get a lawyer on the line so I can figure out what preparations or what things I need to do, because as soon as somebody come to me with paperwork, I need to know what it is and what I'm signing. Because sometimes we'll get so sidetracked and we'll be so thankful for the opportunity and the fact that the bag is coming your way that sometimes you sign over all your rights. For example, there was somebody on YouTube, I forgot, I think it was Sada Baby. When how Sada Baby blew up, it was one of his very first records or whatever like that. I guess he blew up from off YouTube, snatched it off YouTube or whatever like that. He did his thing. And I could be wrong. I don't know if it was Sada Baby or not, but from what I remember, I think it's Sada Baby. So grabbed that junk, whatever like that, and the producer spoke out and everything. And, he's like, yo, dope. I love the opportunity, things like that. They used the beat, ran with it for a couple months or whatever like that. They doubled back around to him because they needed to clean up their paper trail or whatever like that, or create a paper trail for it. And, gave the brother, I think, anywhere between like 10 to 20,000 up front, which is dope money, good money. As a producer who ain't really been selling beats like that, and that's your biggest selling beat, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna take that joint.
Yeah.
All you need me to do is sign this paper? Sure, why not? But at the very top of the joint, it says work for hire. For anybody that don't know what work for hire means, that means that whatever agreement that I get paid for after me signing that, that's the only thing I'm getting from it. I don't get no backing, I don't get nothing else. So the song might generate $4 million, but you just stuck with the 20,000.
I had the same situation happen, bro. I had the same situation happen with a Summer Walker incident. Mm-hmm. And I think I told you about that before you came.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, well, I'm gonna fill you in. So I did a song called Chances down in Atlanta, right? And I paid for the beat, I paid for the licenses, everything, like paid for it all. Not no lease beat, not like what I'm saying. I paid the bread. I use this website called BeatStars. Or whatever.
Yeah, most definitely. Shout out to BeatStars.
Yeah. So I went out through the whole way, and my manager was like, yo, when you use companies like this, you have to read the fine print, pay it out. And it's just going for the lawyer aspect. So I paid it out and everything like that. Chances. I loved the song, or stripper song, had producers work on it. It was like, yeah, this is it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to work. A year later, Summer Walker, after her little pregnant incident, with what's her baby daddy's name?
London
on the track, or whatever you want to call it. They do her album. Album has like 17 songs on it or whatever like that. Song number 7 is called Toxic Love. Now, mind you, I'm not a big name in Virginia. You know what I'm saying? But if you ever look at my page,
you're the toxic lover.
I'm the toxic lover. You know what I'm saying? Toxic lover. Yeah. So I'm at work. Or like that. My brother's in Florida. He was like, yo, you ever listen to Summer Walker? I was like, no, I don't fuck with her music like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't fuck with her, period. I just don't like her personality. He was like, man, you gotta listen to this song called Toxic Love. I've heard this beat before. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I listen to Toxic Love or whatever like that. And it is the exact same beat, the exact same format as my song. Mind you, like we were talking about earlier, pushing the song, like really pushing it, and keep pushing it, because you never know. And I'm listening to the song, and I'm like, damn, this shit crazy. I call my manager. I'm like, yo, look into this. And it's crazy how lawyers work. I don't care about putting business out like that because we still working on it. Lawyers like, yo, let her get all the bread she can get. Let her get all the money that she can from that album for that song, whatever like that. Then you go ahead and handle the situation. Because if you go for it now, you're going to be paying more for lawyers, going against her lawyers, going for the court time. Just to walk in a courtroom dealing with what you're dealing with, you're going to pay bread. And then he put me on game, was like, for me to walk in the courtroom, it's more bread. For me to, plead your case, more bread. So when you go for these people, these managers and these lawyers and stuff like that, you got to have bread or you have to have a legitimate reason. And we still battling. I mean, this happened almost 8 months ago. And I'm just like, damn, this shit get real. It get ugly.
Most definitely, 100%. I agree with you on that, though, man. Like, you got to definitely, like, take care of the lawyer business, especially when you're in a situation and buying it like that. It's better to take care of it more towards, like, the peak of where things is at. I'll take this example because I love doing like music, like business case studies. I suggest everybody should just even Google that, music business case studies, and just look at different cases that different music artists, producers, or whoever, or even labels have been in, and just study, what's going on. You might can't read half the jargon, but just try to read the different articles that's surrounding around it, and you can learn a lot just about the music business. So I'll use this example. You had what's the joint? I think it's Robin Thicke, Blurred Lines. Robin Thicke, Blurred Lines with Pharrell and T.I. They said that it was derived from a Marvin Gaye groove, and how things really worked out. Oh, I ain't gonna talk about all that, but long story short, they start suing at the peak of the record.
Yeah,
and at the peak of the record,
you see it all the time.
I mean, when Marvin Gaye run, that was 16 point something million.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, we going after that. No, not to say that the lawyers ain't taking a nice big chunk, but you got to think about it when they talking about different cases like that. Lawyers do costs and things like that, so you can probably offset the fees by however much money that is going to be owed back on the record, especially if it's a number one hit record and things like that.
I was hoping that shit hit.
You could definitely negotiate, and people who already look at a certain case or look at the different evidence and things like that, they might be like, oh, no, that's an easy case. Yeah, it's worth me taking this on, and then as long as I get the big bite on the back end, like, we good to go. Either that or you're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
And if somebody understand it and it's worth it, they're going to do it, and there you go. So it's always definitely good to do it on the back end, but I feel like, man, if it's a record that ain't really, like, popping and generating, like, bread.
Like viral type shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say viral, because necessarily viral don't even necessarily mean money. Look how many people go and come that's viral.
Okay.
They don't have their business all the way together. Look at the Island Boys, for example. When last time you heard from them?
They be doing like corny ass TikTok lives and shit. They be doing corny
feel like
ass shit.
I mean, don't get me wrong. They get your bread. They gonna do their little TikTok thing. But when you talking about records like that Island Boy record, and they did, they not generating no money from music. For real.
I didn't
Yo,
know they
did you
actually
hear
made
the
music.
full like record of that? Yo,
See what I'm saying?
did you hear the full record of that shit, bro? The like Island Boy.
Can I be honest with you? No.
Yeah, no,
well,
really.
all right, so
I only
when
heard
I
it because
so-
of Kanye. I mean, not Kanye, but what's his name? Kevin Hart
When
and
I heard-
Snoop.
Shout out to
So
Rudy.
look,
I see you.
when I saw that they actually released the record, like the Island Boy record, I went to listen to it. It was the most trash record, 1 and 2 quality. You would think that they would go to a high quality studio and get a high quality record done, right? No, it sounded like a dude who didn't know anything about production recorded their shit. The quality was so bad, bro. I was like,
I mean, you got situations like
sounded
that.
like
with
they did it themselves.
With
bro.
6ix9ine. 6ix9ine when he first came out, like I watched the little Hulu event, and then after
I know what
that
you're
I
talking
did,
about.
and the producer and stuff that did that song, he was like, man, I thought the song was trash. Like, I didn't think it was gonna blow up like that. The next thing you know, I'm hearing it on the radio, I'm seeing videos, I'm seeing YouTube, I'm seeing Instagram, and it blew up. But I didn't think I did the best type of work. It work out like that sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. It definitely does, man. But, it definitely does. It can definitely do that, man. But I feel like at the end of the day, you got to make sure you really have your paperwork, like, really, like, on the go. So, like, even if you do go viral, you need to have some people in the corner that know what they're doing.
I'm going to ask you this. Do you
capitalize and take all the money on the table? Because some people, they only take, like, this amount, but look how big this table is.
Yeah.
So,
do you respect, you somebody that is in the music game, if you've had all this experience, do you respect viral music over authentic music?
Now, what you mean by viral? You mean TikTok viral?
I
Because
mean,
TikTok
like,
viral,
yeah.
I feel like is its own lane.
Like
Yeah.
I heard this song recently, like a couple days ago, and it goes, and then
That's the
I didn't
whole
even
song.
know that
Hey,
was her.
shout out to
Just heard
Fresh.
that?
I didn't even
Yeah.
know that was
Shout out
her.
to my guy Fresh. I see.
And I'm just like,
Fresh is one of the people that I got the joint with Beyonce with. He one of the writers on that joint. Shout out to my man.
so I listened to the track, and I'm just like, damn, this shit went viral just from like the first 6 bars.
Yeah.
Like the first 6 bars, it made it viral. It pushed the song.
I'm not gonna
But
lie,
then I
though.
listened to the whole song, and I'm just like,
The beat.
Yep. That's what it be. All you
It's the
need,
beat.
all you need
That
nowadays,
sample.
all you
Yeah.
need is a small little like 5 seconds to go
'Cause
viral.
what is that?
Just like that bad Barbie, or that bad Barbie, whatever that chick's name is, that fucking chick from Dr. Phil. When that song with her and that dude went viral, that was the only fucking part of the song that was decent. The rest of the song was garbage, was complete trash. So yes, all you need is a small little portion of a song to go viral.
and for
But-
see, I think sometimes, and I know I'm not the only one speaking about it. So when people see this video and they see these clips, I know it can kind of get discouraging because you see people like that. Period. Period. Period.
Bruh,
Period.
I swear to God.
So you seeing people that actually got
I had one
bars.
of my students at it.
So you seeing people with bars, and you seeing people with actual talent that just don't catch that buzz, that just can't get viral. And you see this motherfucker, 30 seconds, she doing that, and she doing music videos. You know what I'm saying? She done like 3-4 music videos. She done got in a fight, and she got branding deals, and you just like, what
She
is
got
the
in a
purpose?
fight?
Yeah, she got her ass beat.
but I feel
she got
like-
her ass beat. But you seeing this motherfucker, you seeing somebody like that, and you actually putting in work. You didn't put money in
Because everybody else
sacrifices.
made her big. They made her big by bashing her, to be completely honest with you. They made her face want to be seen. Therefore, and somebody's going to try to make money off of that.
Yeah, I feel like big record labels. Now, this is just my personal opinion. I feel like big record labels don't care if the music is good or not.
Exactly.
They care about how much
money
views
they
you
can
get.
make off of you.
Nah, because speaking of that, I seen this video on Instagram. I am a social media head. My presence is gonna come back to where it is. I'm just trying to get that motivation. But I seen this video with Boston Richie, right? Boston Richie does some hood ass music. Like it make you want to trap when you listen to him. You know what I'm saying? Make you want to get that box Chevy and go on to the strip. And I'm looking at him, and he finally gets signed to. I think he got signed to Epic Records or whatever like that. And I'm not racist. I'm not racist.
You racist.
But you see nothing but white folk, and I'm talking about these white folks probably went to Ivy League school. They don't know nothing about the black culture, and they're all and look. All the black people in the room sipping champagne, and all the other ones just looking at him like, yeah, we done got this nigga. You know what I'm saying? We done got this motherfucker. I look at that shit and I'm just like, yo.
Look, man, marketing, dog. Marketing is crazy, bro. Like, that's why, like, you gotta think about it. I'll put it towards this. You gotta think about your marketing as a musician or as a creative. Like, you really gotta think about it. And a lot of times, these labels, they'll do that for you, and they push it to this certain niche market or whatever like that because they know what's already gonna work. But here's the thing, you know how like if I promote something like through Meta or through Instagram or whatever like that, it'll give you a plethora of different like check boxes that you can check off to on like what your demographic is.
Yeah.
You really got to be able to know that from a business aspect and know how to promote things. So like for example, if I ask you like who's your perfect fan, or like if you ask me that question like who's G White's perfect fan, okay, well I'm gonna always think about my lifestyle and legacy. So I'm gonna always think like okay, somebody who comes from a single parent home, somebody that lives in an urban community where within their 1 mile radius of themselves, the person who makes the most money is probably only 120,000 a year. Probably 5 people within a household, a 2-bedroom or base apartment. Education goes all the way from high school to maybe a bachelor's degree or associate degree. Things of that nature, lives in these type of base areas, zip codes and things of that nature. You really got to know all of that, and that's what people do, man. So surprisingly, a lot of people outside of the culture really love how we display the culture. It's been proven that way. Think about commercials, think about everything that they push towards us in all aspects. That's just how the game is. You know what I'm saying?
Now I'm gonna say
They're
this.
gonna use our culture to push everything.
I'm gonna say
It's brand power.
exactly what you're saying. I'm gonna use this conspiracy theory, and I know Monty loves conspiracy theories.
Yeah, fucking
Yo, when you say stuff like,
I love him.
you know what I'm saying? When you say stuff like that, like I feel like, Kanye put out that album, Yeezus, and he had that song New Slaves.
Some of y'all conspiracies be fucking weird.
I mean, now some of them are weird, but then some of them I look at it and it makes me open my head. And when I see situations, Kanye put out this song New Slaves. You know what I'm saying? New Slaves, because we just be like, oh, yep, we're going to do this, that, and the third, just because of the name, or whatever like that. And they got us in this bind. They got us in this contract. And because, like you said, you come from these single-family homes, or you come from that poverty, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that's used to making about $40,000 a year, you hit them with $100,000 check for their first check, they can look at it like, yeah, I do anything you want, boss. You know what I'm saying? Shit's scary, low-key. Shit's scary, low-key.
For a loan that's worse than you going to get that same loan from a bank.
You can.
Crazy.
You can. And the odds have opened. I think that whole COVID period, opened up when it comes to like the actual business, getting your LLC, getting the loans and stuff like that. But still,
being an independent person is just popular these days. And if you're not an independent person, you should be.
But
by independent person, I mean have your own LLC and business.
But
have a legit
I will
business.
say this. And it's going to piss a lot of people off when they look at it, when they hear it. Not everybody can be kings and queens.
You are a fact. No, that is a true fact that not everybody is built to have their own business.
Yeah.
And if you're just built to work for somebody else, okay.
That's
But
perfectly fine.
here's my argument for that, is that if you're going to work for somebody else, at least strive to work for somebody else and it's worth it. Like, get pay that's worth it. Or, like, strive for a better position. Don't just, like, strive to be a fucking cashier at McDonald's your whole life. Like, try to, like, work. If you're going to work at McDonald's, strive to be a cashier, then a manager, then maybe a GM. Like, strive to do better is my point.
Yeah, because I feel like just do what you do what makes you happy. If it's promoting you like it's making you happy and you comfortable, just I feel like some people, I get what you're saying when it's like want to push for growth, but there are a lot of people that are really just content.
Facts.
Definitely, it's definitely a lot of people that's content, but you know how you were saying, like, everybody can't be kings and queens, right? Or I took that as an analogy that everybody can't really own their own business and be successful, right? Is that what you can we equate it to that?
Yeah. In a sense,
right? So I mean, I look at that as false because it's like at the same time, like everybody should be able to own their own LLC, S corp, C corp, whatever it is. But you just got to get that education. And if you get the education, you don't know what kind of business you want to do, that's fine. Just say you're doing consulting. That's fine. Cool. Just put whatever it is. You can do a pastry business, but you ain't never made a pastry ever for years. That's cool. But take advantage of all them tax advantages that some tax breaks and things like that. You paying the cell phone bill, write that off. You know what I'm saying? You get a certain run all your income through it within 2 years. Boom. If I can show $65,000, or that can be my main basic paycheck and what I'm spending on in my regular daily life. If I can write majority of all of that off on a business, at least $65,000 or more, then I put myself in positions where I can be able to get like $100,000 credit lines and other things like that. Get a black Amex card and all this other things like that. I can put an apartment or a crib in my business name. I can go put a car in my name. Not my name, but in my business name, if it's 6,000 pounds or more, and things of that nature. So
you can put a mall in your name in a sense.
I'm sure you could probably
right. I'm sure you could probably do that.
So look.
If you got the right line of business credit and things like that, but a mall, if you buying that big much of a property, you're gonna spend some M's.
That's a fact. So we are towards the end of the show. There are a couple questions that I'm gonna ask real quick that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, that's cool.
One big thing I want to say is happy birthday to Taylor.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday, Tay!
On the show. It is her birthday.
Hey, Tay.
It is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy fucking birthday. We didn't even say happy birthday for
Thank
real.
you.
And I just thought about that.
My
as we were
birthday was
sitting
just
there.
yesterday, so that was
Stop
you just
playing.
said-
Yes,
shout out to
I love
the crazy.
It is also my
Yes,
mother's birthday
definitely.
today, so happy birthday to my mom as well.
Oh, happy birthday!
Hey, come on,
Your
man.
mom is awesome.
Yeah,
Love
so
it. I love it.
happy
very
birthday to
well.
everybody whose birthday it is today, man. And yesterday, man. Happy belated birthday.
Aquarius season, I'm
Man.
telling you.
Hey, it's deep out here. You hear me?
Not me. So, just happy birthday to everybody, man, because apparently there's a lot of birthdays going on, man. And I didn't even acknowledge them at the beginning of the show like I did. I was just sitting here and I was thinking about it. I was like, damn, I didn't even acknowledge Taylor's birthday.
No,
Her
it's all
birthday.
good, 'cause
His birthday was
normally-
yesterday.
I would acknowledge it
goddamn.
myself. I just-
Nah, it was crazy. She came in with the whole P coat on, black on black
I
on
felt
black.
like
I was
come
like,
on
damn,
now.
I thought she was gonna leave the club after this. I was like, yo, she about to hit the club.
I'm
on
going
a
to go get my
Monday.
son, and I'm going to sleep. y'all.
All right, so he asked the question about the mall part. All right, so earlier this week you said that buying a mall would be a good investment. How are y'all feeling about this? I think that would be a terrible fucking investment.
Now, with him saying that, you know, I think what was that mall called? What's that mall called in Norfolk?
MacArthur.
Oh, MacArthur. Oh, it's for
it's closing down because nobody goes to malls that much.
Yeah. But that's the thing, the idea of a mall. It's the idea of it. Like, because take, for instance, PTC. That's still popping, and to me, it's a mall.
I think for a mall to work, you're going to have those, like, specific vendors who are there that, like, you really can't find. Like, Spencer's, Hot Topic. But then you have to have, like, the pretzels and the fucking shit that's in the middle of the malls. But, like, you have to have shit that's, like people actually care about. Like, have, like, an iFly in there. Have, like, an arcade in there. Have, like, a laser tag place in there.
That's
have,
what I said.
I said like fucking a barber. Have nail shops and shit. Like, have shit that people actually go to.
Bro,
but I feel like that's like with Patrick Henry.
Patrick Henry has all that. That's what
they
I'm
saying.
They do. I just went there the other day. See, they were booming when I was there, right? And I think that is because they do have a whole lot of shit that's like.
Mm-hmm. I said that because though, like, bro, so many times with our culture, we're the big spenders at the end of the day. At the end of the day, if you've seen it, we are the spenders that promote all these top tier businesses.
Yeah,
we make shit hot because we bring it to the fashion shows, we bring it to the music videos, we bring it to the podcast, to the movies. We show off these fashion. Without us, motherfuckers ain't buying. Come on now. Nobody really buying no Balenciaga, no Gucci, nothing like that. We made that shit hot in the streets. We as a people, the minorities, we made it hot because, you know what I'm saying, we feel a certain type of way when we put it on. So I was saying, like, yo, as a mall aspect, you know, a lot of people was like, yo, that's a bad investment.
Me,
nobody would
specifically.
Yes, him. I wasn't trying to blow you on blast, but he was like, yo, it's a bad investment.
We all didn't hear.
But I had told him, I said, yo, it's about your dream. It's about what you have in store for it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You have that open space. It can be what? I don't even know the square footage. 15,000 square foot. There's nobody telling you that you can't have barbershops. There's nobody telling you that you can't have all just mom and pop shops, hot dog stands, or fish fry. Bro, the black community, we've been doing fish fries for years. Now, what about if we put a business with it? We're going to support it because everybody like fish fries. What about these T-shirts and these hoodies and these jerseys that everybody want made? Now you got a spot in the mall to do it.
I'm not mad at that at all, for sure. But then I want you to think about this, man. You know how much spots in the mall usually cost? Let's talk about like a clothing spot. Let's think about like a Forever 21. You think about the square footage on how big of a Forever 21 is. You know how much they probably pay for rent there?
They probably pay a good grip.
I mean, what's a good grip here?
I feel like Forever 21, for example, they gotta be paying at least 2 G's a month.
No, sir, absolutely not. You're not even close.
It's more than that.
There's places that's about half the size of Forever 21. If not, might even be smaller than half of it, and you paying 10 bands.
10 bands
a month.
A month.
Damn, they're making it like that?
There ain't no way they.
I mean, they can't be because they definitely just closed the Forever 21.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro. Look, I mean, I went to Forever 21 not too long ago, and I bought Shorty some shit for her birthday, bro. I spent like $80 in there, and I bought like 2 things, bro. Like 2-3 things, bro. I didn't buy that much.
Yeah, it is
expensive
big.
And then you talking about a place like Forever 21, like it's a very big space. They got a lot of big inventory, so you need a lot of big space and floor for that. So they spending 10 bands at minimum.
But even I would say even if you don't want to do
rent,
that's not even merch.
Even if you don't want to use it as a whole mall aspect, I look at it like, yo, I've been like, again, I'm gonna keep using Atlanta. I'm gonna use New York. I see a lot of homeless people, a lot of women out there with their kids and stuff like that. Even I don't like putting on my personal life, but I work out the shipyard. Shipyard, man. If you go to that main gate, there's nothing but homeless people sleeping outside. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at it like this, like, okay, cool, we can make it a homeless shelter, or a woman in battered, the kids, something that's gonna do something for the area of Virginia.
That's a lot to pay on a month-to-month basis.
The government's gonna pay you. If they're gonna pay you for Section 8, they're gonna pay you for that. I guarantee it. Section 8 people, motherfuckers make money.
I agree with you on the Section 8 part and things of that nature, but then think about how big a Section 8 place is, and then think about that in comparison to a mall.
Yeah,
it's 2 different.
But you can tear that building down and make Section 8 housing or something for the homeless. I feel like we just using. Sure. I drive down Jefferson and Warwick, and I see all these abandoned buildings, and they sit there for months and years, and then the only thing they put right there, oh well, let's put a 7-Eleven, or let's put a tire shop,
some shit to make some money.
Yeah, but I feel like
they ain't making no money off of just giving people places to live.
I feel like, but as a people, if you love your people,
they don't. The government don't love their people. They don't give
in America, dog. It is about the money.
I get it. I get that in a sense. But I'm just saying, with my mindset, I'm just like, yo, I love people. You know what I'm saying? I don't never want to see people on the street. I never want to see kids. You know,
that's you. That's not the government. The government don't give two fucks about none of that.
Right. But guess what? Who? In a sense, you know what you learn in school. Who runs the government?
Not the people.
But that's what you learn in school. You
got
enough people.
You got enough.
People don't have. You have enough people to.
Bro, they just say that the people have votes and say.
But when you
just
go
to make
down
people feel good, that's my opinion.
When you go down the actual curriculum of it, it starts to contradict. It's like they tell you, like it starts off, we the people. Like no, once you start getting into all the laws,
it's we the rich people in government.
Yeah, I mean, but I honestly, and maybe I'm just too optimistic, but I just feel like somewhere down the line, I feel like, people should look out for other people, man. Because
when the government crumbles, they
because
will.
Shit's bad, man. Like that shit, it fucks with me because I'm just like, damn. And I say it every time I see him. I be like, yo, here's a couple $, get you a blanket, get you something to food and shit like that. And the shit is bad, bro. Like I can't eat. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel right eating and shopping for clothes when I know somebody else is fucked up out here. You know what I'm saying?
But
and legit.
You do.
And no. For me, and people can speak on me, every time I move, if I ain't got, you know what I'm saying, beds, clothes, dressers, and stuff like that, I'm giving it away for free.
I mean, I do the same thing.
And that's just because, you know what I'm saying, that's just my personality, bro. If I could run this country, bro, everybody would be working off of giving, helping other people.
Until you start making millions of dollars,
and
you feel different.
And that's why sometimes I feel like the devil, because he spoke earlier on God, working on your blessings. I feel like the devil won't let certain people surpass, you know what I'm saying? Or they hold some people down a little bit, because I'm just like, yo, if you give somebody like me $1 million, I'm not the type to buy a McLaren or a 5-bedroom house or something like that. I'm giving it away. Like, that's just me.
Hey, I'm going to keep it a dog with you. I don't mean to take it there or whatever like that. But you know how you said, like, man, sometimes like the devil. What you say? Say that comment one more time.
I say, like, sometimes it feels like the devil waves on you. Like, he put that hold on you.
Sometimes we give the devil too much credit, cuz.
Yeah, we do. We do. So bad incidents.
He ain't got that much power and authority over you. But sometimes when we speak it so much in that manner, I'm not saying you. I'm just talking about sometimes as a people. Sometimes when we speak it like that, we give him extra power.
There's life and death in the power of the tongue.
Like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Dang, sometimes that just might be you.
Yeah,
because I might just be people. You know what I'm saying?
Because I tell myself every day, bro, if I won the Mega Millions and I see these people win the Mega Millions in New York, in Connecticut, or California, and I'm like, yo, damn, I wonder what they spending their bread on. Because I have ideas. I got them millions, bro. I ain't want to talk about it because that'll take another show. But I would just love to
take a whole nother show.
Because I would love to take care of the people, bro. Like, we are the people, you know what I'm saying? You don't make your bread without the people at the end of the day.
No, it's definitely so. I agree with you.
I agree with you on that 100%. I think that's probably why I'm even a teacher right now, because I figured, like, you know what I'm saying? I had the opportunity to get a lot of great things done in the industry, and I'm still getting some great things done in the industry. But now it's like, instead of me being a part of a machine, like, and I'm aiding to a machine, literally, like, I want to aid to people. You know what I'm saying? I want to build people up and things like that. I need to let people know that, like,
your whole
life ain't everything that you see and that you hear and all these lyrics and everything like that. Like, it's a lot deeper than that.
Yeah, facts.
And you can start early too. Who's saying that you can't start this early? I gave people this example, and I'm gonna cut the teacher jump. I told them this, and this one example. I said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna do it with y'all too. Hey, everybody raise their hand. All right, now raise your hand high. All right, now my question to you: why you ain't raise your hand like that high the first time?
Oh,
you feel me?
Damn.
A lot of us don't try. A lot of us are conditioned not to try, and not to really even know how fully we can extend it.
To go extend it.
Just so
that
like
shit deep. That shit deep. I like that is mind control right there, because I literally was just like,
but then, oh my gosh, that just makes me think about it, because doing that with like younger children, when they say, they're the most optimistic, they see the world in such a bigger light. When you think about it, when you're telling a younger kid to raise their hand, they actually do go all the way up from jump.
I'm gonna do that. I want to see it with my daughter, bro. I want to see that. Right. That's lit. That's lit. You put me on.
That's crazy.
You put me on something new right there, because I'm just like, damn, I really did just like, all right, whatever.
No,
you know
really.
what I'm saying? Like, I didn't go fully extended. That's wild.
Yeah, that's really good. I was liking that. So that brings me to the last quick question, and then we got to wrap it up. The casino that's out in Portsmouth, right? So I made a post this morning that apparently offended a lot of people.
I didn't even get to see the post. I'm so upset.
I didn't either.
I gotta move this around. Within an hour span, I had like 110 comments, and there was people even in my inbox like threatening me, all simply because of a post. How do y'all feeling about the casino? My thing is that I feel like it's not gonna last, but then people had good points, like, because there's gonna be so much confrontation in and outside of that casino.
You're gonna outsource. You're gonna outsource.
It's been open for like a week, and there's already been things going on. So like my thing is like people just don't know how to act around here.
You gotta think.
Yeah,
but
it's bad when somebody names the city the Pistol Pete.
Bro, I had people in my inbox threatening me, bro.
Bro, but that's the crazy thing about it. The government is going to outsource y'all anyway. But Portsmouth is going to fix all that.
Them in your inbox, isn't that just justifying your point?
Yes. And it was a lot of you're broke, you're bitch, you're this, you're that. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, you could say I'm broke because I don't like to spend my money at a casino, because I just don't. Like, I just feel like that's not the best investment you could do, gambling your money away. I don't do fucking sports betting. I don't do gambling. Last time I went to a casino, I brought $100, lost in 20 minutes, and I stopped.
But did you say Virginia as a whole, or like?
All I just said, people don't know how to act.
Oh,
I didn't say Portsmouth people.
But they weren't. Hold on. I will say this.
I
will say this. They didn't have any ignorant moments. They didn't have any shootouts. I think the biggest fall that I've seen with the casino so far, that I've seen in the news, that I've seen in comments, that I've seen with people personally that I've worked with that go there, is the smoking issue. Like, they don't have like a non-smoking section like Rosie's. Like, you can smoke through that bitch. And, a lot of people don't like smoke. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that was like one of their main issues. But at the same time, bro, you bringing in bread, because at the end of the day, win or loss, win and loss, people gonna get drunk. They gonna want to eat food, and they gonna play them games, whether they win or not.
There have been a lot of fights there too.
So I'm like, but people had a valid point. I mean, there's casinos all over the place that have hood environments around them.
Yeah.
There's always confrontation at a casino. So I get that part, but it's just like, we have something dope, right?
Yeah, we do.
Learn how to act. And then there was one specific group of comments that started happening where it was trying to get on like, how people act. And there's places where you conduct yourself properly. Don't care what you say. There's places where you conduct yourself professionally and properly, and there's places where you can just be whoever.
You know what's crazy? And I told my homeboy this shit. I told my homeboy shit the other day. I was like, for those people that judge Portsmouth and why they put that casino there.
I'm not just saying
no, I'm saying
people.
I'm just saying.
That was my whole
point.
For
people that judge or say, it's in Portsmouth, I ain't going. Portsmouth made it Portsmouth. The people made Portsmouth that city for where it is. You know what I'm saying? People in Alexandria made Alexandria where it is. People, because you have. I put it like this. My mom earlier was watching the Real Housewives of Potomac or whatever. That's in Virginia, and she was like, I didn't even know Virginia had restaurants or strip clubs like that. It's because people make that city hot within that state.
But people have know how to act as well.
People have done dirt in Portsmouth to make Portsmouth Pistol City.
For sure. But I'm gonna say yes and no though, because I feel like the bridge system is play a big part of like the migration of certain type of people in Portsmouth and having directly in Portsmouth. But that's a whole other topic though, going deeper. But nonetheless though, for me though, I think the casino is a good thing. I don't personally gamble, but I think the casino is going to definitely bring.
I go in there and blow a bag. I blew a bag.
I think people know what comes with gambling and things of that nature. You're going to have people losing a lot of money. You're going to have a lot of people getting in fights. You're going to have a lot of people trying to steal people money and things like that. That's the things that the casino come with. But when the government and all these other people, officials or whatever like that, made these big decisions about the casino or whatever like that, they already know what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah.
But they thinking about
the money.
The money. Yeah, that's why I was never saying that the casino was a bad idea, and I'm not against the casino. All I was saying was that people just don't know how to act around here. I'm not saying Portsmouth people specifically.
I
think people
don't
in general.
make it
people who ain't never been nowhere don't know how to act for sure.
I think you got that type of you got that type of response and that type of hype with it.
Bro,
because
it went
when you
crazy
go on the internet,
quick.
when you go on the internet, and I know this personally, you go straight forward. Like, it ain't no sugarcoating. You do like, this shit trash, and this is why it's trash. And people is like, hold on,
hate
motherfucker.
it, bro.
Like you ain't even got that. You ain't got that say so yet. But
I've
seen it. I've seen it personally, and I've dealt with it. Like, even with the mall comment, like, a lot of people think that this topic just came randomly. No, me and him had this argument on Facebook, and I'm just like, okay, he gonna keep going. Because that's just how Monty is. Yeah. Like, he gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna make you think, and he's gonna make you question everything you say. And that's why I stopped it. After, like, the 6th comment, I was like, I ain't gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it with him because I know what he's trying to do. And I was like, we're gonna bring it to the podcast. We're gonna talk about it. Because he'll go. He don't care. I've seen comments on TikTok.
I've had people. I've had people like change my opinion on things before. I've had it happen before. I'm open-minded. I'm an open-minded person, but it's like some things, bro. When I put my personal opinion out and people get super offended over it, I think it's just because I always am putting my super
and
like
he
harsh
be
opinion
laughing
out about shit.
For the people that's out there
because
wondering, he be
I'm
laughing.
getting upset, and I be like,
laughs.
Somebody literally called me a bitch ass N-word today because I didn't go to the casino. Because I don't like the gamble.
I seen a
TikTok.
Just
feel like it's a bad investment in your money. It's not an investment. It's a gamble.
I got Rosie's right here.
I seen a TikTok viral. A TikTok go viral because this dude was like, yeah, this dude tried to push up on me, and I'm in my mink coat, and you know what I'm saying? Nigga, you in my city. I'm just like, bruh, people just trying to spend bread. You trying to go hood with a mink coat. Bro, we don't give a fuck about you killing minks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Them shit's as small as that.
That's the whole thing.
It's weird.
Was it a real mink coat?
I don't know.
Probably not.
It wasn't really fluffy.
Anyway, all right, guys. I'm going to wrap up the show because we're already way past, man. G-Way, I really appreciate you coming on, man.
You put some knowledge on the board.
I hope we can get a part 2.
Man, we definitely need to do a part 2.
Absolutely, man. This has been an amazing show. It's been really informal. Like, I don't know, for the artists who were tuned in, because I did a couple artists were really tuned in and listening, bro. I hope y'all really took the information that was given to y'all today because there were some true, serious gems that were dropped today.
No, really.
And with them credentials, where can we find you? Like, let's say if somebody wants to work with you, get some work in, where can we get you at?
So, man, I direct everybody to my Instagram, Mixed by G White, MIXED by G White. That's the main page that everybody can hit me up at. But other than that, man, word of mouth and, connect me through somebody that probably know me, Troll, it's the new age of things, man. Troll, shoot your shot, DM, whatever. Even if you appear on Facebook or whatever like that, I guess we'll probably drop it in the link, my name or whatever like that. That's on Facebook. And, you can take it like that also too. So
take the advantage for what it is, man. He been dropping jewels. He has the experience.
Music Tech. You can do my other company, Music Tech. Was an educational nonprofit organization. We do nothing but give back. So we've been doing things like workshops. We take high schoolers and middle schoolers to the studios, and we give them exposure to the music business and the different opportunities outside of you just being only an artist, being a manager, being somebody behind the scenes, somebody doing camera, podcasts, whatever, in all aspects. So you can tap in with me through that. Just holler at me, just hit me directly. I'm a very down to earth person, so
facts.
I ain't too Hollywood or nothing like that. I ain't too Hollywood.
Yo, you really chill. Like, really chill. Take that advantage.
Definitely good vibes, man. If you want a professional, like a true professional, hit G White. Like, I'm a professional engineer, but
he's semi-pro.
I'm semi-pro, bro. For real. You know what I'm saying? No, but yeah, man, it's been a really good show. It's been a lot of fun, man. I appreciate everybody for being here. Of course, the cast, Eric, Taylor. Appreciate y'all for being here every week. It's been a lot of fun the last few weeks, man. I hope we keep it up, man. Next week's episode is going to be a lot of fun, too. We have Cool the Genius coming on next week. That's going to be another fun episode, man. Cool the Genius is just a guy full of ideas, man. I love it.
I love the names.
I love
cool
ideas.
The names is crazy,
man. That is my guy, and I'm excited to have him on next week. Again, man, G White, I appreciate you coming on tonight.
Come on, man. Each and every time, brother. I'm going to come through for you.
Absolutely,
The
man.
boy was excited. I'm going to keep saying it. The boy was excited. I'm surprised he wasn't out here like vacuuming, wiping down walls, you said red carpet, because the boy was excited. And he was talking about it last show, and I was just like, damn, he talking about his mentor. I'm thinking like a Obi-Wan Kenobi, like, this about to be.
Because, again, like, how I am, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, I'm like a very particular person, so when I feel like there's somebody who has helped affect my life in a very positive way, I really look up to that person. And this is a person that I genuinely can tell everybody, look at the camera and say that I really look up to a lot. I really do.
Man, a lot, brother. I appreciate that.
I really do. So until next week, man, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Peace out.
You heard?